Hey, good day to you. Kimberly Ann, look what I found. Yeah, I'm upstairs making old things new. And I found this globe. I've always loved the globe. It reminds me of the whole world. Come on. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. God's got the whole world, yeah, in his hands. You know that song? He's got the whole world in his, look at that, hands. Yeah, I love this globe, and this is a globe that has come down through the family. And so I've had it up in the room where it was my son's bedroom for like ever and 1,000 decades. And so, yeah, I'm going to go take this to work today. And I want to tell you something, okay? I am going to go back on to shortwave radio. Will you pray for me? Shortwave radio, where after I turned my life over to the Lord, January 1st of 1990, and then I was obedient to the Lord, and I stayed at that secular radio station that I had been at for like 4.5 years or whatever, and another station before that, but I stayed there in obedience to God, and I witnessed to everyone, you know, that God brought my way, and all those folks you've been hanging out with and doing worldly things with, right? And then when the time was right, God's timing, he had folks, it was LaCie broadcasting at the time, and he had someone hear my testimony, then they listened to me, and then they offered me the job. And that's how I got to where I'm at. And so immediately when I came over, of course, I went on to FM radio there in Christian radio, but you know what had my heart? Shortwave radio. Shortwave radio so had my heart. So I did that for decades. Until, I don't even know how long it's been now, at least a decade, right? In which the station where I'm at, where I work, those shortwave stations, those 6 shortwave stations were sold off. And so, my heart has always been that, and God keeps leading me back to that. And many of you know it, and we've had conversations about it. So, yeah, during my vacation, was it last week? I know, I'm losing my timing. So how many have ever lost your timing? So my vacation last week, and God really had me praying on that. I mean, I had laid down everything. Kimberly and Ministries and Heart to Heart and all of the ministry things. And I just, again, you should do it daily. But again, there's that moment where you really do just go, you lay them at the Father's feet and say, God, whatever, mix it up, change it up, add, subtract, take away, add to, but I'm not moving forward until you tell me. And so at this point, I did make a move, and I removed Heart to Heart off of actually 6 frequencies where there was really nothing happening in that. It was an HD signal and no one was hearing anything. And I'm like, I can make better use of my time in my mornings than, it's like putting a beautiful vase of flowers in a room, turn off the light, close the door. Nobody's going in that room. But God made sure to tell me, which was so sweet of God. And he said, you know what, Kim, when you teach my word back or preach my word back or say my word back to me, I mean, that's pleasing to God. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's for someone who's listening today and you feel like, am I making any difference? Please know God knows your heart, your motives. So wait and watch and see what God does. So anyway, I did that. And then when that happened, something else happened. And then there is a new time slot that was added for Heart to Heart on Sunday nights, 6:30 until 7 o'clock on 103.1, 96.9, 92.1. And then also at 8:30, and that just happened yesterday, 8:30 p.m., I believe, on Sunday nights. So, but my heart has always been for shortwave radio. So often we gravitate toward or need the places, or we just do it, where you get that feedback or you can watch and see what's going on or whatnot. But what do? You see, how beautiful is it? And that's always been my heart. When you send out the messages that God lays on your heart, just pure and beautiful and wonderful for folks who cannot even get a hold of paper and pen, couldn't write to you. In some countries, in some areas and regions, it's illegal for them to even reach out, you see. And so for those folks who are setting a little shortwave radio on a tree stump in the middle of their village and they all gather around and listen, you so often don't know a thing. But you know God. And you know that you're doing what he's asked you to do. So it's always been my heart. And listen, until the whole world hears. And then Jesus Christ returns. How many are excited about the return of Christ? Yes, he's got the whole world in his hands. The whole wide world. In his hands, he's got the whole world. In his hands, he's got the whole world in his hands. You know that next one? He's got a you and me brother. In his hands, he's got a you and me sister. In his hands, right? So I'm praying for you today that you get out into those highways and byways and the places where no one even wants to go, and you do exactly what God has called you to do. So I love you today. I was reading in the Word of God, studying in the book of 1 Corinthians, and I was in the end of chapter 10, beginning of chapter 11. And you know, the Apostle Paul, he just astounded me always, and God knew exactly what guy to put in place first so that the foundation was pure. And how many times did he lay down his own self and say, look, I'm going to set aside this. I don't want that. I don't want glory for that. Don't want attention for that. I would rather myself be accursed than cause a brother or someone else to stumble. I wouldn't want you to ever get anything I said or did wrong. I would never, you see, the Apostle Paul, and he's like, you know what? There are even some things maybe he had a right to do, or, you know, I could spend my time doing a little bit of that, but I've made this choice that no, you know, his priority was the purity of the gospel of Jesus Christ. And he's like, man, I've seen him. I know him. I've been assigned. And he said, if I don't do it, well, first of all, I'll be very wrong. But he said, I would be absolutely miserable as a matter of fact. So I love that about the Apostle Paul. I love my time with you, Kimberly Ann. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world. Come on, you go on ahead and you sing it today and see what God tells you to do for the whole wide world, or your little corner or alley or neighborhood of the world. Because that, my friend, also is everything. Love you so much, Kimberly Ann. Gotta go. Time to get to the radio station. You get on with your stuff too. Love you too much. Until next time.